Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo had his chance to guide the team to a Super Bowl. It was his team for a decade, but inconsistency, failures in big moments, and injuries held back his legacy in Big D. Then, in 2016, rookie sensation Dak Prescott came off the bench to fill in for an injured Romo. Long story short, it's, hey Dak, and see you later, Tony. I'm Mike Cantalupo, and yeah, I lost my voice, so if you start hearing squeaking, that's why. Today, we look at the 8 best trade destinations for Tony Romo. Here we go, number 8, the Cleveland Browns. If you're Romo, or really anybody, you have to pray this will never happen. The Browns have been rebuilding for over a decade, and now still can't win. In fact, a win for this franchise would be if they could go a full season without changing quarterbacks. Perhaps Romo would be willing to go to Cleveland and help rebuild a broken team. I don't think so, but if Josh Gordon and Terrell Pryor excite Romo enough, he may be happy to work with a young team and get them back on the winning track. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Romo will probably try his best and pray to make sure he never has to play in Cleveland. Number 7 on the Romo trade block is the San Francisco 49ers. The Colin Kaepernick story was fun for a season and a half, but NFL defenses have had him figured out, and he's really never going to be a star. Watch, now he's going to become a star. But the 49ers are in rebuilding mode, but could make a play for Romo. There isn't a lot of talent in San Francisco, but who wouldn't want to play for a team so rich in history with such an incredible and passionate fan base? At number 6, we have the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams have one of the NFL's most ferocious defenses. Thanks, Aaron Donald. Todd Gurley could be one of the NFL's premier backs, but the Rams' offense is too predictable without having a decent quarterback. Yeah, they have Jared Goff, who they just invested the first overall pick in, and he's being groomed as their franchise quarterback, but bringing Romo to mentor him can't hurt. Plus, Romo and head coach Jeff Fisher know a thing or two about 8-8 seasons. Does anybody know why he's still a head coach? Anybody? Number 5 goes to the Houston Texans. Romo would make the Houston Texans a legitimate contender. Sadly, this team has never had a great quarterback. Brock Osweiler is not the answer. If they decide to get out of the $72 million pact they signed to him, Romo would be perfect. Hey, he knows a thing or two about playing football in Texas. Number 4 goes to the Chicago Bears. The Bears are going to be moving on from Jay Cutler now. There's no reason to justify him becoming a man worth over $100 million at any time in his career. Romo alone probably wouldn't be enough to turn the Bears around, but he may welcome the opportunity, given how Chicago struggled so far, so long, and they don't have many other options. Number 3 goes to the New York Jets. You know your quarterback situation is sad when the best QB you've had in the past decade is Mark Sanchez, who's riding the bench in every single other team he goes to. This Jets team always fields a pretty good defense, but they just can't ever find a QB who can play a good game without turning over the ball so many times. Well, give Romo that stout Jets offensive line with Matt Forte manning the ground game and Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker as his receivers, and maybe, just maybe, the Jets become contenders in the AFC East. But don't rule out the Dolphins or our next team, our number 2 team, the Bills. The Bills are special because they have so much talent on offense. Sammy Watkins has top 5 receiver potential, and LaShawn McCoy, woo! Put Romo on the Bills and you may have a real contender in the AFC, but Rex Ryan also seems to love Tyrod Taylor. For the number 1 team, the Denver Broncos. They're the defending Super Bowl champions and saw Peyton Manning retire and Brock Osweiler luckily ditch them for $72 million in Houston. Trevor Siemian has shown some flashes, but I don't really think he's that great. And 2016 first rounder Paxton Lynch is going to need plenty of time before he's ready to be a starter. We saw Denver's D carry them all the way to the Super Bowl 50 championship, but imagine if they got a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. Romo would excel with an offense led by Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. Some reports even mention he's interested in Denver. Now I ask you, where do you think Tony Romo will go in 2017? Join us in the comments below and answer that question. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton, and we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.